37 claimed kills, 5 confirmed deaths, and 2 escaped victims, all at the hands of one man. Who is it? Well, that's a question that has lingered for years and is finally on the cusp of being answered. Today I will be informing you on the serial murder known as the Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac murder started in the 60s and he is known for his ciphered messages in newspapers and targeting young couples. Recently, investigators have believed to finally identify who the murderer was. So, we all have a true crime junkie inside of us dying to solve the mystery. However, the people to solve this mystery were a group of ex-investigators, police, agents, and new journalists, all highly qualified. So, that leads us to important questions. What did exactly the Zodiac Killer do? As mentioned before, the murder targeted young couples. His first victims were high school sweethearts. They went on a date and then went parking. But the night ended tragically. The boyfriend was shot in the head and the girlfriend was shot in the back 5 times trying to flee the scene. The next scene, just as tragic. 5 miles down the road, the Zodiac Killer killed 2 more, Darlene Fernan and Michael Magoo. The third murder, a little bit different. He still targeted a couple, but this time he stabbed them. Instead of leaving them for dead, he called the police, admitted his crimes, and then was never heard of again. The next death was a male cab driver. So, what made this serial killer stand out so prominently in the newspaper? Well, that would be his ciphered letters. According to biography.com, on August 1st, 1969, 3 different newspapers received the same handwritten letter. The San Francisco Examiner, San Francisco Chronicle, and Valentino Times all received a letter starting like this. Dear editor, I am the killer of 2 teenagers last Christmas at Lake Hernon. The letters contained details from the Zodiac Killer's murders that only the killer could know. In addition to that, it had ciphers. These ciphers contained information about the murders, victims, and the identity of the murderer. These ciphers were very hard to crack, and the murderer liked to use them to mock the police, make himself feel smarter. One couple was able to unlock one of the ciphers. The message read about how the Zodiac Killer found fun in killing these people. One might ask, why did these newspapers continue to put these letters on the front page of their articles? Well, that's because if they didn't, the Zodiac Killer promised to kill even more. But in 1970 these murders and letters came to a halt. No one knows why. The murderers may have stopped, but the investigations, however, did not. The investigations went on for years, but it was still a cold case. That is until recently. According to The Guardian, in October of 2021, a group of investigators known as the Case Breakers were able to find some prominent information. They were able to crack the code, crack the cipher. This led them to a name, Gary Francis Post. Once they found out who Gary Francis Post was, they were able to examine him, and they found out that he had the same scar on his forehead that is found in police reports. However, they were unable to question him as he passed away in 2018. Although, regardless of all this information, according to CNN, the FBI and police have both put out statements claiming that the case is still open and that the evidence the case breakers present is not enough. So, 37 claimed kills, 5 confirmed dead, 2 escaped victims, all at the hands of one man, Gary Francis Post. The mystery of the Zodiac Killer seems to have come to an end. After years of investigation, the brutal murders of his victims and the answers to his ciphers have been solved by the Casebreakers. So, do you think the cold case has finally been solved? Is Gary Post the one to blame? Or is the Zodiac Killer still out there, waiting for you to solve his puzzles?
Thank you.